We got some disturbing news coming out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island during a high school senior night. A retard, a guy who has a delusion that he wants to be a woman, shoots his wife and his children at a hockey game. Roberta Alspreto and Roberta Durango on X is being reported as the shooter at Dennis M. Lynch Arena in Pawtucket, Rhode Island during a high school senior night. 3 people have been confirmed dead, including the shooter. The woman stated earlier today that her father was the shooter and had mental health issues as well as very sick. It also has been reported that the shooter was wearing women's clothing. Roberta Durango, I guess that's how you'd say their name. Let's see here. So you guys can see, because if I'm pronouncing it right. Look here. Roberta Esposito. Roberta Durango. Yeah. I don't know. If I pronounced his names right. Roberta on X is confirmed to have been transgender his whole life. Well, how the heck did he get with a woman and start having children? How did that happen? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, I've got some footage here. Now, right over here, see this person with the hat on? That's him. Now watch. That's him, and then somebody's grabbing him. This guy's grabbing him and stopping him. There you go. That's some craziness, right? Good Lord. Is nobody safe? We need to start locking these people up. A man walking down the street with a dress needs to be picked up and thrown in the loony bin. You know, we used to do that. This was a mental illness. How many days have we gone since we've had some violence on men pretending to be women? I'm tired of saying the word trans. I'm telling you right now. I'm sick of it. Mental ill men wearing dresses, killing people. This is definitely what needs to happen. Make asylums great again. Here's another picture of this person that needed to be locked up. The Rhode Island trans shooter, which shooter tweeted yesterday warning that you shouldn't point out that trans women are really men or they will just go berserk. So he tweeted this the day before the shooting. Warning that you shouldn't point out that trans women are really men or they will go berserk. And then Alex Jones replied, so creepy. It's insane. We'll just keep posting it and posting it and posting it. We don't have a problem with guns. We don't have a gun problem. We have a liberal mental illness problem. Then we have somebody who posted a slowed down image of it. And again, this is him right here. And here's a slowed down. Hey, my cat is getting into my old coffee. What are you doing? I didn't want her to knock over my cup. There was just a little bit left, and I had it on top of my lunch plate, and she was over there fooling around with it. I was like, no. Anyway, so here we go. We're going to have it slowed down. You know what happens. And we got a story on some animals coming up shortly. Here is slowed down. There he is right there. So he must have just did it when he sat down. Or he's doing it right there. Oh, you could see him shooting. And then this guy comes and grabs him from the back. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Holy crap, let's see that again. If I can get things to cooperate for me. Alright. Watch him. Holy crap, there's the gun in his hand right there. Oh! My God. Look at all these people flee. Thank God for that one guy. This guy right here grabs him. Jesus. That's incredible. That's terrible. And here's the game. Somebody's filming. Good God, he unloaded the whole gun? That's awesome. Those guys ran to it. Wow. That's insane. Oh no, they ran away from it. Was it over here that the shooting was? They're all just kids on that ice. Wow, that's crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, for a second there, I thought, my brain was like hockey. My brain is not registering that it's hockey and there's young boys out there. It's a high school. I'm thinking hockey, they're guys. Are they going towards the help? No, they were just young kids and they're scared to death. For Pete's sake. Good Lord. We got a couple of more pics of him now. It looks like they're at the ice rink right here. It says this is the man who shot his wife and child at a high school hockey game in Rhode Island this evening, which was, I believe this happened yesterday. Transgenderism is a severe mental illness. It's time to bring back insane asylums for people like this. I agree. Here's some more shots of him. The shooter is sadly, we've seen a lot of this lately, for sure. Check this out. So you got mass shooting, thoughts and prayers, Facebook debates. Gotta have that, right? Everyone forgets. Congress does nothing. Crickets chirping. Mass shooting again. Well, I mean, yesterday's show we had that cross-dresser with all this crazy makeup on, wanting to not have Texas not pass that bill to not allow these types of people near your children to read to them or dance for them. And why are they wanting to get near your children? That is a good question. It's like, why are you fighting a bill to keep you away from kids? Oh, it's unbelievable. We're having to pass bills to keep psychos from children. I mean, this person needs to be locked up. Again, I will say it again. You see a man walking down the road with a dress on, he needs to be locked up and thrown in a leaner bin and evaluated. This is unacceptable behavior. And that's what we need to do. We need to start making this unacceptable behavior. Maybe I had taken some notes. I had thoughts. Sometimes I have thoughts and I've got to write things down. I don't even know if I have it in front of me. But basically, shaming. We need to shame them. Keep your crap in the closet. or you come out in public, you're going to be locked up. Now you'd say, Rochelle, but what about the drag queen shows and stuff like that? Well, they used to have those back when I was in my late teens, early 20s. I remember I worked at a restaurant bussing tables. I was a teenager. And the staff would go to a club at night after work, and it'd be late. The show would start at midnight. It'd be a bunch of drag queens. But there was a massive heterosexuals that were there. They went because the drinks were good and cheap. Nobody cared. And it was in the middle of the night. They weren't in front of kids. They were in front of adults drinking. Nobody really cared about the drag show, to be honest with you. Everybody was just like the music, and the drinks were good and at reasonable prices. And that's what kept people coming. If the drinks were crappy and expensive, nobody would have went. They weren't going for the drag show, I can tell you right now. Even when I was 17, 18, they let me in. They never carded me. I guess I've always looked old. I was with the whole staff. I was dressed just like them, with the vest on and the collared shirt, the tie that you wear when you waited tables. But I didn't wait tables. I hadn't was able to be a server yet. I never even served, by the way. I just took care of the salad bar and bust the tables for the waitresses. I never got into waiting tables. I went into the hospitality business in hotels, which was different, working for big parties and banquets. But anyway, they need to go back to that. So you dress inside if you're going to have the shows. You dress, you do your makeup, you do your show, you go, you take your makeup out when you go to leave. So you don't get picked up and thrown in a loony bin. Yeah, I said it. Well, this is too much. This is too much. This is too much. These people. Wow. Welcome to the United States of America. Days since a mass shooting. That's sad. Okay, before we get into our next story, which is, wow. Yep, we got some stuff happening in New York that we're going to talk about, but we're going to go over a little bit of history real quick because I thought it was interesting. I just thought I'd throw it in the show as a side note. Before the British arrived, and Indian natives would burn widows in funeral prayers. That's what they would do. The indigenous Indians. Wow. Upon seeing this, the British put a stop to it. But the natives refused and said it's their national custom. It's their national custom. Upon seeing this, the British, let's see, I already read it. So, the British general said, be it so. But it's our nation's custom to hang men who burn widows alive and confiscate all their property. My carpenters shall therefore erect gibbets. Gibbet. Didn't they used to say that on the ships? String up from a gibbet, on which to hang all concerned when the widow is consumed. Let us all act according to national customs. Colonialism was a common grace of God that brought the gospel to most remote parts of the world and ended countless evils. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Now, we talked about yesterday how Christianity, what it's done for the world for centuries. What Christianity has done for the world. And we're going to get into a story a little bit about Muslims in New York and dogs. We need to stop the evil. We need to stop the evil in the world, and that's what Christianity did throughout history. Okay. Before this, they decided if you were guilty by making you hold a hot iron. If you burn, God spoke. God had spoken. If you were guilty, They called it a trial by ordeal, and it lasted 4 centuries. Then, in 1215, on a riverbank in England, they wrote something down that changed the world forever. No free man shall be imprisoned except by the lawful judgment of his peers. Not the king, not the church, not a lord, 12 ordinary people. Well, see, the Muslims don't get this. In 1670, a judge locked up a jury for refusing to convict, starved them for 2 days. They still refused. One juror, Edward Bushell, took it to the higher court and won. From that moment, no judge in England could ever punish a jury for its verdict. Over 50 countries use trial by jury today, all because 800 years ago, ordinary people decided that guilt was too important to leave to kings.
Edward Bush.
Here's a little fun video. Let me get out of the way. Here we go.
Before this, they decided if you were guilty by making you hold a red-hot iron bar. If you burned, God had spoken. You were guilty. They called it trial by ordeal. It lasted centuries. Then Britain changed it forever. In 1215, the barons forced King John to seal Magna Carta. One clause changed everything. No free man shall be imprisoned, except by the lawful judgment of his peers. His peers, not the king, not the church, not a lord. 12 ordinary people, just like you. It wasn't perfect at first. Early jurors were witnesses. They already knew the case. Sometimes they were bullied by judges. Sometimes starved until they agreed. In 1670, everything changed again. A jury in London refused to convict 2 men for preaching. The judge locked them up. They were left without food or water. For 2 days, they still refused. Then the judge fined them and jailed them again. One juror, Edward Bushell, fought back. He took the case to a higher court and won. From that moment, no judge in England could punish a jury for its verdict. Never again. The jury was finally free, and every country that inherited British law inherited the jury with it. America, Canada, Australia, India, over 50 countries use jury trial today. Because 800 years ago, on a riverbank in England, they wrote it down that no one is above the law, and your guilt is not for kings to decide. It's for 12 people who don't know you, who owe you nothing, who will listen to the evidence and decide what is true. That started here. Every person who supports us keeps stories like this alive. Proud of us.
Y'all need to check out proudofus.com UK support. It's pretty amazing. They got amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I mean, the rich history of these little stories. Children would love this. Young kids would like this. I mean, not kindergartners, but like 5th, 6th graders learning civics and learning stuff for sure, for sure. Just in, President Donald Trump says the federal government is taking over recovery efforts after a Democrat-led D.C. and Maryland allowed over 1 billion gallons of raw sewage into the Potomac River running through D.C. This is insane. This is just insane. There's been particularly no outrage from the environmentalists. Where are the tree huggers? Despite this being one of the largest raw sewage spills in U.S. history, endangering millions of people and animals. I mean, cholera will wipe out people. You could get cholera and then be dead the next day. Get cholera, wake up that next morning, eat breakfast, feel fine, boom. Yeah, you're dead like it's quick. It's quick. I need to look up if there's treatment for cholera. There probably is. Maybe I need to go look it up. But I had just watched an old history story the other night because I have no life. And it was talking about a woman living in, it was towards the 1800s, and a cholera had swept through, which it really did in real life. It swept through and it killed a bunch of people. It was from sewage water. They drank sewage water. And there's been no outrage. Largest spill in U.S. history, endangering millions. Democrats defunded FEMA. So there are now no limited resources that they can respond with. But they're going to give it what they have. I didn't even read that right. Democrats defunded FEMA, so there are now limited resources they can respond with, but they're going to give it what they have. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. Look, read that sentence. Is it? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Despicable. Let's see what Trump says. What does Trump say? If I can read it, it's so small. My eyes! There's a massive ecological disaster unfolding in the Potomac River as a result of the gross mismanagement of a local Democrat leaders, particularly Governor Wes Moore, of Maryland, calling him out. A sewer line breach in Maryland has caused millions of gallons of raw sewage to be dumped directly into the Potomac River, and a result of incompetent local and state management of essential waste management systems. Yeah, like what are we? Third world? What are you doing over there in Maryland? This is the same governor who cannot rebuild a bridge. It is clear local authorities cannot adequately handle this calamity. Therefore, I am directly federal authorized to immediately provide all necessary management, direction, and coordination to protect the Potomac. Yeah, this is a natural disaster. The water supply in the capital region and our treasured national resources in our nation's capital city, while state and local authorities have failed to request needed emergency help. I cannot allow incompetent local leadership to turn the river into the heart of Washington into a disaster zone. Are we sick of the Democrat libtards yet, where they've been hiring DEI hires for decades, since the 1970s? Since Jimmy Carter put that in law where they stopped testing people. You have retarded people, low IQ people in charge of things they should have no business in charge of. Okay, here. It's just flowing in. Look at that. It's just pouring in. D.C. and Maryland Democrats are still pumping raw sewage directly into waterways leading to the Potomac River with no end in sight. Where in the heck are the environmentalists? Oh, that's right. They don't care because this isn't politically expedient. Oh, no. Oh, no. They got to protect a fish or a spotted owl. Yeah, there's no spotted owl. It's just people and animals. Like your pet. I don't know. It's not the right kind of animal or the right kind of human. Okay, we're going to build up to the New York story. We gotta prep you. You gotta get educated, baby. Gotta get educated. Hey, look. Frog and Toad. Frog and Toad. Did anybody read Frog and Toad when they were a kid? Yes, I am old. My niece gave me this for Christmas. And this is the first time I've worn it. Yeah, I've had it since Christmas and I haven't worn it. Well, actually, they forgot to give it to me. And then they gave it to me last week. They're like, oh, some presents got mixed up and this one was supposed to be yours. And he handed it to me. I think it was last Wednesday night. So a week from tomorrow, I had this shirt. This is the first time I'm wearing it. But anyway, I had to wash it first. Do you guys wash your clothes after when you first buy them, or somebody gives you the clothes, you wash them before you wear them, just in case somebody at the store tried them on? Yeah, it's, your head goes there. It's like, whoa. So let's get you prepped. Let's get some educated. And I like what this guy had to say. Islam has brought so many wonderful gifts to the world. Let me list some so we don't miss any. All right, what do we have first up, ladies and gentlemen? We have cousin marriages, and who is not down for a good cousin marriage? Forced marriages. Oh, yeah, sure. Force the kid to marry him. Child marriage. Alicia was 6, right? Yep. Honor killings. Whoa, we've seen a lot of that going on, right? And also throwing acid in their face and just figuring them. Endless terrorism. Say it isn't so. Isn't that wonderful? Oppression of women. Goat raping? My goodness. Grooming gangs? Well, we've heard all about them in Europe, Great Britain. Hala slaughter theater. Utter hypocrisy, drinking, smoking affairs while preaching purity. The hypocrisy knows no bounds. 72 virgins incentive. Goats for sure. Mayday slavery. Zero freedom of speech and or expression. Low IQ, high mentality. Yep, because they keep marrying their cousins like you saw with the first one. That's why they got a low IQ. Regression of Iran by 400 years. Takeya, aka sanctioned lying. That's what that is. That means that because I talk about that too, and I always forget what the name is. Takeya, I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. Takwai, whatever. It means they can lie to you. It's okay to lie to your face, make nice until they have bigger numbers and can conquer. Global caliphate by force. Catalyzation of women. Just clean, cook, and breed. As long as you're a cousin of mine. Bak Bazaar. Sharia law. Should I keep going? Or is this religion of peace list long enough? Is it? Is it long enough for you guys? It's so true. It's so true. Islam turning every single country it touches into a blank hole over 1,400 years. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I missed this in my stack of stuff before I moved on from the story, but this should have been when I was going over that guy dressed as a woman and killed his wife and shot his children. This says a heartbreaking new study found less than 2.5% of trans-identified teens and young adults who are medicalized seek fertility preservation. This is why I'm screaming from the rooftop. And then she's going to say, she says, what does she say? Watch what happens when a teen boy on estrogen approaches me as I hold a sign that reads, protect kids from Big Pharma. Kids can't possibly know what they will want 5, 10, 20 years from now. They don't. And the pharmaceuticals and adults and all of the people doing it know this because, look, we're all grown now, right? I mean, I'm 60 years old, and we all know you're not the same person that you were when you were 15, 12, 16, 17. No, you weren't the same as even when you were 20. You are a different person. Now, you might have some characteristics and somewhat character, but you grow. You age like wine. Look at this guy, this young guy, and his parents allowing him to do this. It's tragic.
You know, it's impossible for a child to be born in the wrong body, you guys.
Guess what I was?
What are you?
Why are you grinning like
Transgender.
that?
Were you born a boy or a girl?
I was born fuck you, that's what.
Is that
You're
XX?
upset because your daughter was born a man. So you've decided to take it out against the entire district. What's wrong with you?
No, my daughter was born female. She has XX chromosomes, and she'll always be a woman, right? She can't change her sex. You know, why do you think doctors would want to give you guys hormones that'll, change your...
Because they want to make people happy, you idiot.
I know, but...
In fact, that's why my voice is cracking. I love hormones.
What was that?
He said fuck
he
you,
said fuck
dickhead.
So what are you...
Guys, could you imagine that you guys, the people in my age group, could you imagine being that disrespectful to people? Just saying F you. I couldn't even imagine talking like that to an older woman that's like a grandma. And these people, these kids have no clue, no empathy, no moral, no guidance, nothing tangible. I mean, this young man here, I mean, he's all like, yeah, I take it to make me happy. It's like they're so lost. They're just lost sheep.
You guys worried that you might lose your sexual function if you're on hormones?
Oh, I already do. I've already lost all of them.
But you're
I've been taking hormones for 6 months. I don't give a shit. I'm happier this
Why does
way.
it affect you? That's my question. Is why would it affect you?
And
in
why
a
do you
positive
think
way?
it's a good idea to
Like
show
why?
up to a
Why are
school?
you disregarding the way that your children feel so that you get attention
The
like this?
disrespect you have
It's,
for
like,
your
so
child
bad.
disgusts me.
Yeah.
That you can't respect
Like
the way they
you
want to live
really
their life.
birthed this whole child.
She's accusing her of disrespecting her own child. So her daughter must have went to the school and she's just concerned for what the heck is happening at this school? Oh my God. So they seem to know this woman and know her daughter was wanting to transition. I hate saying that. So she's here, but look at all these people defending it at this school. What is happening at this school? We have got to do a complete deprogramming of these kids like yesterday. Either Trump's got to come in and yes, he needs to wave a magic wand and go, that's it. The school board is done. This is a new curriculum and we're going to police it. We're going to police it. No more kids coming to school acting like they're a different gender. If you do, we're going to put you in a loony bin. And that's going to put a stop to it. If your kid comes in acting like they are confused, they're going to a loony bin. That's it. We need to stop. What is happening here? At this one school. Look, you have a handful of these kids that are disrespectful, have no clue about life, and then calling her, saying she's disrespectful to her daughter.
And carried it for 9 months just to disrespect the fuck out of it while it's alive. Why would you do that as a mother?
And then you have the fucking gall to show up in front of our school.
the doctors wanted to give her top surgery when she was 15.
So what?
Maybe because that's how she felt.
She did feel like that at 15. She hated her breasts. She didn't want to become a
And
woman.
how is
Yeah.
that your problem?
And I hate my genitals too. If I had the chance, I'd cut them off.
What-
I've come real close.
What genitals do you have?
I'm not gonna.
Why is that? You just
No.
I-
How old are you?
How-
You're old enough to be my fucking grandma. What's wrong with you?
I just want
You
to.
disgust me.
Well, I am old and I am.
Yeah, you're old.
You should
Your
think
opinions
about
are
the way that
outdated.
this
Go
affects
away.
your child's mental health by you doing all these things.
Can I ask?
with
Can
attention.
you just leave?
No.
Wow.
I'm just trying to understand. You can grow up to be a healthy, whole person. Nobody's transgender. The medical clinics are making money off. That person deserves to know the truth. You are not transgender. It's not possible.
It's delusional.
It is not possible, you guys. It's mass psychosis. Nobody's transgender.
She said it's mass psychosis. I already knew this was a dude wanting to be a girl. Because he said he'd been taking he'd been taking hormones, and when he talked, his voice squeaked. But then, where's that one girl?
Just to know the
Wait,
truth.
I can't find her. Her. She's like, why don't you just leave? Why you disrespect your own kid? I'm curious if her kid even had the thing at 16. Now, we just saw there was a court case, 2 weeks ago, that a 16-year-old had her breast removed. Her mother didn't really want to do it, but the psychiatrist and all them told her, well, she might off herself if she don't get this done. Right, so they pressured the mom. The mom's scared. Why is the mom illiterate? Because they don't have Christ. They don't have the Lord. She would have known that this was a lie. That this was a total lie. I don't think they're told that this is irreversible. You do this, you're done. And by the time you're 25 or so, say, oh my God, I can't have children. I can't even get married now. And these are the thoughts that you're going to be having a little bit later on in life. These little 15-year-olds, they don't know diddly squat about nothing. Nothing. And we're allowing these schools. What is happening at this school? This is insane. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Unhinged leftist throws her own family under the bus for clicks, likes, and validation from other retarded TikTok activists. She is a single mother living with her 6-year-old son in her parents' home. So she has to live in her parents' home. Yet she paints the very people who put a roof over their heads, her child's grandparents, as the villains simply because they are conservative. Well, because they're conservative and they're probably Christian, it's why you got a place to live, and that you're not living out of a car or out of some crackhead's house with your 6-year-old. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Instead of showing gratitude, she repeats empty slogans she picked up online and directs them at the family that continues to support and love her. This is the kind of political division the Democrats have created, and it's a tearing American families apart, teaching people to see those who raised them, help them, and still stand by them as bad simply because they voted for Trump. I don't understand it. I don't understand the retardation, but I did hear, and I was supposed to research more of this, though. There was a study that they were talking about this morning on the radio. I'm taking my kid to school, and they said that, and maybe I could do a whole show on it tomorrow. We're not going to have time to get into that. I got some more stack of stuff, but they were saying Gen Z, is it Gen Z? This generation, yeah, Gen Z, first time underperformed, dumber and retarded than any generation prior. That means, like, my parents had me, right? My generation was more educated than their generation because we have more resources. That things, because we have seen a transformation of industrialization, which a lot of industrialization has left the country, by the way, but growth, right? Growth, education. Of course, it's taken a decline the last 2 decades, but in my time, so each generation was more prepared, smarter. I guess it's a word I'm looking for. Smarter. Gen Z is the first generation that has underperformed its predecessor. That's astounding. It's beyond. It is beyond.
Live your entire life.
Here with
Mom
you,
and
and you support a pedophile.
Your 6-year-old son, what's the only home he's ever known?
Now, keep in mind, her kid is in the room while she's talking like this. That was the first thing his mind's at. It's like, I don't care if she's a goofball, but she's talking like this in front of this child. We may be doomed, y'all. And look at her. Look at her. I'm surprised he just didn't want to. I don't know if he could call. Maybe if we did make insane asylums great again, him and his wife could take custody of the grandchild and throw her in a loony bin. Look at her. Look at her. It's disturbing. And her little kid is seeing this?
Grandma, grandpas. Why? Because you're incapable of existing.
And you support ICE and Trump, right? You support ICE and Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
well, I'm putting
love
this
my
on.
kids and my grandkids.
No, you support
Yes.
a pedophile. And someone
You
kicking out
idiot.
immigrants, which are doing shit to people.
You're an idiot.
Doesn't her voice sound like she's a child? Her voice? And when did people fight about politics in the household? It's disgusting.
No, they're making you
You're an
believe the
idiot.
immigrants are doing the bad shit.
You're an idiot.
It's the big
I
people
have
on
been
the top.
building houses my entire life.
They're making you. They're making him believe that the immigrants are doing bad stuff. God, she sounds like a child. She don't realize that people are literally murdered by illegals in tractor trailer trucks, their cars, driving drunk, graping, murdering them, throwing them off bridges, children, women. What is happening here? My God.
I don't care.
It has gotten
No.
hard because of the
Yeah,
Mexican.
go get a real job then, bitch.
It's hard to get a
Go
job.
get a
because
real
of
job.
them.
No, it's not.
What do you think your son's going to do?
You
What
only
do you
have a
think
hard
your
time
son's
getting a
gonna
job
do?
because you're in
What do you think
construction.
your son's
They're doing
gonna
all the
do?
hard work
What
for
is
your
your son gonna
kidneys.
do?
Stop bringing my son
What
into
is
this.
his kid's gonna
Don't
do?
bring my son into
Yes,
this.
it matters.
No, it doesn't.
Beyond today, you
No.
moron.
Because after this, you
You're an
lick.
idiot.
Fucking
You're
lick at
stupid. You
boots.
can't help
You
standing.
lick boots. You lick boots.
Are you fucking retarded?
Boot licker.
You
Boot
idiot.
licker.
You're the only
You
one
support
licking
a
boots.
pedophile. You support children getting deported away from their families.
You're an
Fuck
idiot.
you.
You
Fuck
are a
you.
fucking idiot
Fuck
if you
Trump.
believe
Fuck
that.
ICE. I
You're
do
a
believe
fucking
that.
idiot.
Go ahead. Trump, you support ICE. You're dumb.
Oh, you idiot.
Bootlicker. You're a bootlicker. Yeah, fuck
You know what?
bitch.
Get any of your people to me, and I will show you the bootlicker.
No, you're the
Because y'all
bootlicker.
bunch of mouthy little pussies
No,
to begin
we're
with.
the ones that are gonna
Y'all all
stand up
live at
and
home
take
with your
this country
parents
back.
because
Fuck
you
you.
can't do anything.
No, y'all can't do anything because you're too busy working
You
for
fucking
pennies.
idiots.
That's what keeps you busy.
Your
They keep
son
you working.
deserves better.
Yeah, better than this.
Your son deserves
This is
better.
a terrible family. He doesn't deserve to be in this family. Fuck you.
You need to grow up and you need to be
You
responsible.
Oh, you want to be in this too?
I don't care. You need to be responsible for your child.
Yeah, well, you support Trump and I.
Well, I don't agree with him flipping her off and using foul language to her. That's not the answer to be talking back to her. Or even calling her a retard. I mean, she like, well, I need to pray for you. Or he needs to call the loony bin and they need to come get her. But to argue with her is foolish. You know you're not going to change her mind. He shouldn't have been arguing with her.
Has never provided him with anything.
That has nothing to do with this.
She has
Yes, it
provided him
does.
with
No,
nothing.
it doesn't.
Do you support ICE? Do you support
This
Trump?
has nothing to do with
Do
that.
you
This
support
has
ICE?
nothing
Yes,
to
it
do with that.
does.
You need to be protecting
No.
your child.
I am protecting my child.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You're with a pedophile.
No, I'm not.
Then don't.
No, I'm not.
You support ICE?
No, I don't. Look, that
Then
has
stop
nothing to do
fighting
with
for
ICE
them.
or Trump.
Yes,
has
it
to do
does.
with you protecting
No.
your son. You are not
No.
being responsible.
Yes, I am.
No, you are not.
Yes, I am. You're
No,
not.
You're
Yeah, sure.
What do you do for work?
Okay, so I'm making this video for my own protection. So, I am not suicidal. I don't want to die. I have a full life to live and I'm happy. But I just outed my parents for Trump and ICE supporters. So, if anything happens to me, I don't know. So, I'm just putting this out there for my own safety. I'm not suicidal. I'm a great mother. And I have no bad things to do to anyone whatsoever. I was using my freedom of speech, playing music, and since they support Trump and ICE, they got so mad and now they're kicking me out. So I'm just putting this here for my own safety, my own protection. Okay, bye guys.
Just trust me, you'll be fine. I'm back in Chicago.
What is happening? What is happening? So she said they're kicking her out. Which I don't blame them. I mean, I'm sure they'd say, you got to go, but the kid can stay. That way she can just go do whatever she wants. My God. So she says, I'm making this video for my own protection. I'm not suicidal. Well, I would think you are. You could be. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying that. I don't know. YouTube's crazy. But I'm not going back to edit this out. I'm not doing it. But guys, let me know what you think. This is retarded. She is retarded. So I'm making this video for my own safety because I'm not one to off myself because my parents are kicking me out. So what, you're afraid your parents are going to do something to you? What are you saying here? It sounds like your parents are concerned about you. And all you could do was bring up Trump. I mean, they're letting you stay in their house. I mean, do you have a job so you're helping? What are you doing? Are you doing dishes? Are you cleaning house? Are you helping cut grass? What are you doing? Nope. Looks like you're spending all your money on tattoos and your stupid hair. And good God, what is this all over your face? Wow. No, I don't have sympathy for her. Now, we can pray for her because she is definitely lost. She is definitely lost and psychotic. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about Islam and dogs because it's all over. It is all over X. Finally, New York City's coming to Islam. Woohoo! It's such a religion of peace, prosperity. Look at Africa. Look at the Middle East. Ignore the fact it's a crap hole. But we have a peaceful religion. Dogs definitely have a place in society, just not as indoor pets. Like we've said all along, they are unclean. Yep. All right, so we have a response from Congressman Randy Fine of Florida. And people, look, guys, y'all please go support him on X. Go show him some love. Because look, there have been people attacking him for what I'm fixing to tell you. He says, so you're okay with this? You're okay with this? What's truly disgusting is a key Mandami advisor saying we must give up our dogs because New York City's coming to Islam. We will not be shamed into being conquered like the Europeans. Ooh, burn. Ooh, burn. Ooh, burn. I choose my dog. If you're man enough to debate me, I'll come over on your show. And that's what he said. But look at this comment here. I will not be shamed into being conquered like the Europeans. So we did a show yesterday on Marco Rubio's address in Munich, right? Well, I had heard some people talking about it. It was on the radio, and I don't know why it didn't dawn on me because, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but because I thought it was a pretty good review on Marco's speech, right? I mean, he's telling them, hey, we're connected, we're intertwined, we need to work together, you need to keep your heritage, you need to do this, you need to that. Basically, he's telling them, paraphrasing, you need to stop this mass migration. This is a tsunami, you're not going to be a country anymore. But what I didn't think about is what they were talking about on the radio this morning, is that they have nukes. So let's say the Muslims are taking over, and I guess that's why maybe Rubio, I'm just speculating now, got my tinfoil hat on, maybe that's why he's telling them, you can't let this happen. They can't take over, get into office, get into positions of power, and they have access to nuclear weapons. That is very, very, very disturbing. Look at this. Don't tread on me. Oh, yeah. Now, Mohammed apparently had a bunch of black dogs killed. He didn't like dogs. And then some of the guys were like, hey, man, don't kill. We got to use these. We need these dogs for hunting. They said, well, you can have those, but you can't keep them in the house. Yeah, it's retarded. Well, isn't this lovely, June? Dogs as pets? Ew, marry a 7-year-old? We're all about some of that. I think they should have like a pet show in Dearborn, Michigan, and everybody just show up with their pets. Yeah. Show up with their pets. Muslim-free zone. Dogs are welcome. I love it. Let's see. Dogs over Muslims. Unfollow if you must. Share and agree. Anybody tell me about Morocco? Do they, what religion do they practice in Morocco? For some reason, I'm kind of thinking Catholic, or I don't know. I'll have to Google it. The world is remaining silent in the face of the horrific massacre of dogs in Morocco. The king ordered the elimination of all dogs ahead of the 2030 World Cup. 3 million stray dogs. How the hell did they get 3 million stray dogs in Morocco? Why weren't they just picking these dogs up and neutering them and spading them? Retards is what they are. So they must be marrying their cousins too. Methods: shooting them in the streets, poisoning, burning them alive, and drowning them in cages. My God. And then here you have, this is disturbing. You have a picture of a guy holding a gun going to kill this dog. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So we have Congressman Randy Fine obviously having to defend his position because Gavin Newsom came out and said, you need to resign? And you're racist? I'll show you that in just a moment. Islam is not a race, you moron. He's calling Gavin Newsom a moron. He is a moron. Islam is not a race, it's a religion. What a moron. What a maroon. One where some of its New York leaders is calling for the abolition of dogs. Good luck bringing that to California. Yeah, because they like their dogs. But looky here. Gavin Newsom tweeted to him, "Resign now, you racist slob." Seriously? Seriously? What does this say? This says Islam is not a religion. The Quran is instructions for jihad. We get lost in the myth that Islam is a religion. That simply is not. The terms Islam, Islamophobia, and Islamists are part of a contradictive systematic deception, and in an attempt to hide that Islam is an invasive political cult. Whatever. That was just too much to say. Islam is not a religion. It's a political organization run by terrorists. That was outstanding. Outstanding. I guess you older folks and some of you don't know who Sneeko is. And you're not missing nothing. Trust me. He was a young kid. Well, he's not a kid anymore. He's in his 20s. I don't know if he's 30 yet or not, but he was on YouTube as a young teenager, had a massive following. I mean, I think he had over 1 million people, and he just spouted a bunch of nonsense. And then he gets into Islam. Right. He gets into Islam. But Sneeko jumps on the bandwagon. He jumps on the bandwagon because he is retarded. Retarded. Sneeko, a Muslim streamer who lives in Miami, demands that Americans keep their dogs at home because they are gross. F your dog. Keep your dog home. Dogs are gross and harma. Harma, that's what they say in their language. And this is a sign from Allah. Blech. Allah, who is a retard, who can't get himself together or straight in the Quran. Yep, I said it. Have a child, not a bunch of effing dogs. F your dogs in Miami. See, I think Islam is going to use that as a way to persuade people. You should be having children. You should be running around being gay or being trans or just going to the clubs and girls dressed like that. Girls need to be covered. You need to be having kids. And you don't have any dogs. You can't have any dogs.
Fuck your dog. Fuck your dog. Keep your dog home. I don't care. It's not cute. I don't want to pet it. I don't want to touch your dog. Dogs are haram for a reason, and this was a sign from Allah. There's shit all over my fucking rug. Dogs are gross. Have a child. God wants us to have kids, not to have a bunch of fucking dogs. Everybody in Miami pushing around a little Frenchie, putting a dog in a stroller. Have a kid. You're weird. Fuck dogs. Fuck dogs.
I think you're weird in your cheesy ass, stupid glasses. What are you, 50, 60 years old? Why are you wearing some lame ass glasses from the 1950s? And what do you care? It's none of your business. Sure, I think white Americans and black Americans need to be having more children. I said it. But yeah, damn, they can have a dog too. Children love pets. Children love pets. It teaches them love and caring for another life. I mean, our two little dogs, our two little chihuahuas have passed away. It devastated my son. He was upset. I mean, we haven't gotten another dog yet, and I think it's been 2 years since little Pee-wee died. He was a little chihuahua. He was a cutie pie. He was such a joy. It's such a joy to have a pet. And we have a cat now, but I don't know if we're going to get a dog or not. I don't know. We'll need to cross that bridge if we want to get another dog. But it's none of his business. It's none of Muslims' business. If they don't want dogs, go back to your... I want to cuss. So go back to your crap hole country. That your country is disgusting. Have y'all seen India? Bangladesh? Any country in Africa? They're disgusting. And they're saying us Americans who have a pet, that we're disgusting. All right. Let me see if I can pronounce this guy's name. He's a Polish parliamentary member, Dominik Chalzalinski. He is a legend. Here he is defending President Donald Trump's policies, including tariffs. It's not Trump's fault for all the problems in the UE. Nope, it's not. It's time to be a man. Stop wearing a dress. Take responsibility. Wow. That's amazing. This guy's got a pair of balls. And yeah, we need to stop giving these people money. Stop giving the UN, all of them, all of these. They just waste.
Stay in the loop with the biggest moments from the European Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dear leftists, you've been attacking President Trump for years. Now you're whining about tariffs. You're not happy that he doesn't want to be your private bodyguard. But it's not Trump's decision to spend money on illegal migrants instead of army or industry. It's not Trump's fault that you restricted European industry because of your green guards and because of your sick ideology. It's not his fault. It's time to be a man. It's time to take care of yourself. It's time to stop wearing dresses and be a man. Put on an armor, not a dress. And your laughter will not change the fact that this is your fault. This is your fault. You destroyed and make Europe weak. So be a man. Be strong. Be brave. Be like Poland, because you're not going to laugh in a minute. Russian drones are flying over Poland, and what you're doing, you're having another discussion about helping migrants, and you're laughing. You're not going to laugh for long. That is the problem. You do not understand your position. So stop attacking us, because we are the force in Europe to save Europe, to restore Europe. We are the brave ones. And you've got only laughter because you are safe here in this building, in this parliament. Over 1 million people will take streets of London this Saturday, and you will see the unity. You will see the strength of the patriots. Be brave.
This guy. Put him in charge. I seen an interview with him. I don't know, God, it was several months ago, and they were asking him about some questions about immigration. He said, we don't have none. They haven't let any of them come in because they're not retarded. He don't wear a dress. He didn't kowtow to the, what he called it, climate gods. That's what he said. Bro. Burn takedown. Man, that's just as great as Marco Rubio's speech. Oh my God. If not even a little bit better. It was too short. But they haven't let any of those people into his country. He's like, hell no. He goes, because his people didn't want it. That's what he said. They were like, oh, well, you're racist. You're not letting these people in there. I probably need to find that interview. Maybe I'll go look for it later, guys. We're running late. I'm not going to have time to go start researching, and I'll get down a rabbit hole. Yeah, because I squirrel. I'll go squirrel, and I'll see other stuff. But he was interviewed, and they were asking him about it, and he says, no, we're not letting them in. It's not because of me. It's because of what the people want. The people said no. And he said, we are elected to do what the people want us to do. I was like, oh, man, put this guy in charge. That's amazing. I loved it. Love it. Love this guy. Y'all know the actor, comedian Rob Schneider? He's on X, and guess what? He's a conservative, if you didn't know. And he's funny, too. And this one's got a fact checker mark on it. So he retweeted some guy named I Am Ken. And I Am Ken said, I absolutely agree with Matt Walsh on this. It's maddening too. And so what does Matt Walsh says? Matt Walsh says, if I said that it was important to preserve the culture of a primitive jungle tribe in the Amazon, everyone would nod in agreement. Yes, we need to preserve them. They need to stay just like they are. They don't want to know what to do with a cell phone. Leave them alone. They've been living for thousands of years. Leave them alone. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Unless we can exploit. Anyway, he said everybody would nod in agreement. Yeah, if he said that, right? But if he says it's important to preserve the culture of a small town in rural America, he is denounced as a bigot. For Americans, the only culture we're not supposed to preserve is our own. Hear, hear. We're done with that. No, I never agreed to this. Nobody asked me. Was there any polls taken that we wanted our demographics changed? No, there wasn't. No, what retard would go, oh yeah. Well, there is a lot of retards because they've been brainwashed in the colleges and in our schools to want this. Good God, because they're not teaching history. There's no heritage. There's no root. There's no foundation. There's no Christianity in these young people. And this is what we're seeing. We better squash it quick, Trump. We better squash this quick. Because we just saw that school of a bunch of retards taking hormones and all kinds. At that same school. And all these schools across America keep going and protesting ICE. And that young girl we saw, the way she talked to her father. Good Lord. We're in trouble, people. And this is Congressman Randy Fine again. I'm liking this guy. A major Muslim leader in New York is calling for dogs to be forbidden because they bother some Muslims. If mainstream Muslims make us choose between keeping our dogs and them going home, I choose the easy.
Here's my view. It's not enough for Democrats to think anyone who wants to come here illegally should be able to do that. They also think they should be able to get whatever free stuff they want. Now they're demanding that we change our values and how we live as Americans. My post was in response to a major Muslim leader saying dogs should be forbidden from New York City because to some Muslims it bothers them. Well, if they're going to make us choose between our dogs and them going home, the choice is easy. Here's my view.
Oh, yeah, the choice is easy. Go home. We won't want you here. I don't think they were joking, ladies and gentlemen. Famous Palestinian activist jokes that dogs should be banned as indoor pets in New York City after seeing poop-filled snowdrifts. Well, if you retards, men commie, would have been cleaning the streets up like they were supposed to, you know, there probably wouldn't have been poop in the snow piles. Just saying. A Palestinian activist has called for dogs to be banned as pets in New York City, claiming they aren't Islamic. Nordine Kaswani said dogs have a place in society, but not as indoor pets. Like we've all said along, they are unclean, she wrote on X. After receiving fierce backlash, she later claimed that her post was a joke. No, I guarantee you it was not a joke. Even though she got so much backlash, she had to pull that back. Laughing at the Zionists frothing at the mouth at this, thinking that they're doing something, she wrote. She even has to be racist in her response. It's obviously a joke. I didn't care if you have a dog. I don't care if your dog is crapping everywhere and you're not cleaning it up. Then there you go. It's a more derogatory comment. Also, Clearing trying to weigh in on an issue unaware that the current New York City discusses, where we're collectively, jokingly, hating on dogs and giving all the visible dog poop in the unmelted snow. Muslims typically do not keep dogs as pets, as many believers feel. They are meant to be used as for work, such as herding or hunting, because that's what Muhammad permitted them. Remember I told y'all? Muhammad wanted all the dogs dead. He was going to kill them all. And then some of his guys were like, no, we need some of these dogs for hunting. He's like, okay, well, you can have those. And there she is. Why is she here? Why is she in America? Go away. Go away. Let's see. We already saw her tweet. Kawasi gained, am I even saying her name right? Kiswani gained notoriety for leading pro-Palestinian protests, really, in New York City with her organization Within Our Lifetime, which calls for the eradication of Israel. Why is she here still? She led several rallies across the boroughs where protesters marched down busy streets chanting the full liberation of Palestine. They are retarded. And from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Again, they are retarded. She poked with Jewish New Yorkers at WOL, suggested that the October 7 massacre was more than 200 Israelis were taken hostage and 1,400 died, was justified. Really? Y'all need to go watch, it's a documentary called The Dragons. What is it called? It's a Dinesh movie. Y'all know who Dinesh is, right? DeSeno. Look him up on YouTube or X. He had just did a documentary, and at the beginning of it, man, these Palestinians went in and killed families, innocent people, not soldiers, families. But none of these retards talk about that. Nope, they sure don't. It infuriates me. It really makes me angry when they only show one side of it. At the time, Kiswani shared a post. Okay, we read that. No, we didn't. Which she called on a rally as we mobilized to defend the heroic Palestinian resistance, honoring our martyrs, and let the world know that New York stands with Gaza. Retarded. The WOL website states that oppressed people have the right to win their liberation by any means necessary. Kiswani's activist goes back to the early 2010s. Wow, this retard's been at it a long time, hasn't it? Let's see, and there's some dogs. Muslims typically do not keep dogs as pets, as many feel that they meant to be used for work. Yeah, we know that. What is this? In 2014, Kiswani shared a statement from the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. Good Lord. After it killed 4 worshippers in a shooting and meat cleaver attacked in Jerusalem synagogue, which said their actions were a natural response to Israeli aggression. Wow. Kiswani and WOL have also shared material venerating Palestinian. What is that? Palestinian. The Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestinian. It sounds like they took that from one of the Mighty Python's Holy Grail liberators and just really made it for real. And one of its leaders, Leila Khaled, known for her role in the hijacking of 2 civilian airlines. Oh, shoot. TWA Flight 840 in 1969 bound for Tel Aviv from Rome, and EL Flight 219 in 1970 traveling from Amsterdam to New York. In 2022, Kiswani shared a meme of Little Miss Children's cartoon character on her Instagram page in 2022 that read, "Little Miss telling everyone Israel is sick, will be wiped off the map, is Sheila, God willing." She was accused of anti-Semitism that same year after delivering a speech for Coney Law School in Queens, New York, in which the exhortation of Zionists and condemned normalizing trips to Israel. What is happening? What I don't get, okay? What I don't get is why we allow her to stay in this country and spout nonsense about jihadists on Americans and about jihad on Israel. Why are we not just... You got to go. You're not assimilating into American culture. You got to go. Period. There's got to be some rules. We got to stop this. They're infecting our children. Makes me angry. All right. There is only one totalitarian religion that has killed and enslaved more people on this earth than every communist country that ever existed combined. There is only one totalitarian political system that masquerades as a religion to garner sympathy from weak-willed, guilt white liberals whilst being more racist and wicked than they ever could be. The religion is, it is Islam. Islam. The late Christopher Hitchens knew exactly what he was talking about when he told his British countrymen to resist while you still can, before the right to refuse is taken away from you. You know, Christopher Hitchens was an atheist, but I had a lot of respect for him. If y'all listen to him on speeches, especially on Islam and maybe other topics, not necessarily religion, man, he is well educated. He got cancer and he died. And I don't know if he turned his life around in those last moments of him living. I don't know. But for an intelligent man, he should have known Jesus was the way. Here in America, white leftists and illegal aliens are electing Muslims to higher office to the detriment of the cities and districts they serve. We accommodate the imposition of their satanic religion by letting the abhorrent play loudly in the streets. It's, oh my God. We say nothing as hordes of Muslims tote their asses up for Allah in the middle of the streets and then have the audacity to tell us to get rid of our dogs because they're unclean. Last year, retarded feminists asked if giving the choice between being in a forest with a man or a bear, and most of them chose to be mauled by the bear than protected by man. In 2026, we chose dogs over the religion of peace. Wow. I just got a couple more articles. They're just so good. They're just so good. It's all. I don't want to do a separate show on this. I hope Americans wake up and realize that Muslims do not want to take away only your dogs. They want to take away your freedom of having dogs. It is about control and dominance. This pro-Palestinian Kami Mandami supporter Nadine Kawansi just posted that finally New York City's coming to Islam. She means Islam is taking over New York City. They're rubbing it in our faces. She added that dogs definitely have a place in society, but just not as indoor pets. She said, like we have said all along, they are unclean. She puts herself in a position to dictate what her host society in the West should look like. She is our guest. She needs to leave. She's overstayed her welcome. Then Congressman Randy Fine replied that if they force us to choose the choice between dogs and Muslims, it's not a difficult one. As an Iranian and a Muslim, I am totally in line with this statement. He is totally right. I have been to Mecca and I own a dog myself, so he's not a true Muslim. Obviously, he's not. But then Jake Tapper from CNN. Does anybody even watch that? Guy came to the rescue screaming, disgusting bigotry. Gavin Newsom said, resign. Now you're racist slob. Apparently, the governor of California is not educated enough to know that Islam is not a race. He does not seem to understand that Muslims can actually choose to be civilized, respectful citizens and not dominating savages. This is not about dogs. This is about Islam. It's about control and domination. I am an Iranian. We have been through this before. Iranians are Muslims. Our Shia, our king, our Shah, our king, his first name was Mohammed Reza, for God's sake, but still they managed to take power in Iran in the name of Islam. Back in 1979, Islamists had no luck until France welcomed Khamenei as a refugee. There, the same exact cult The pro-Palestinian leftists helped him to portray wow, the Shia of Iran as the ultimate enemy and corrupt regime that must be annihilated. Among all Shia's crimes being pro-West, pro-USA, pro-Israel, supportive of women's rights, his worst crime was loving dogs. Not just his family members, but he funded and equipped hospitals for pets. The leftist liberals, Democrats, corrupt elite in academia and media portrayed this monster as a freedom fighter, spread lies about the Shah on BBC, rioted against him. They enabled Islamists, secretly gave weapons to them. They took Iran, toppled the Shah through extreme violence. So the Shah actually was like, women had freedom. They were living like a Western society. Now, happy mouse, sorry. Let's see. Now, in Iran, dogs are not legally allowed as pets. People still have them, of course, but they have to hide them until dark to take them out because authorities not only seize them and kill them, they fine them massively or punishable by 70 lashes. This is the reality under Shia Islamic rule, the Islamo-leftists. The issue with many Americans is that they only know Sunni Islam from 9/11. I would think, how could you keep a dog quiet? I mean, the dogs bark and stuff, and you're trying to hide your dog. But Kami McDummy, Kamali, Kanmola, whatever, they are Shia Muslims. Ooh. They play the opposed card and use Islam as a tool for power. Mandummy's mother was partying with Bill Clinton and Joe Benzo. And Epstein placed in 2009. Yep, we saw the pictures. I had him on my show a week or so ago. He has been groomed to seize power behind this facade of a grassroots pro-Palestinian Muslim. Oh my God. And just like in Iran, the enablers, which I call traitors, are the Democrats and the corrupt elite in academia and media. So Americans, please do not be naive. Do not hand your freedom to these enemies of life. Protect what you have unapologetically and fiercely. Otherwise, you will have to fight to get it back, just like Iranians are still fighting today. Do not think it would not happen to you. It will if you do not stand up now. Choose freedom. Do not give in to their lies. Choose dogs. All right, we're going to wrap it up with this. I actually had 2 more things to go over, but this has really gone long. In 1786, when the United States was barely a country, it was having its sailors taken as slaves by the barbarian states, the states of the Ottoman Empire in North Africa. Tripoli, shores of Tripoli. Ships stopped, its crews carried off in slavery. We estimated 1.5 million European and American slaves taken between 1750 and 1815. Jefferson and Adams went to their ambassadors in London and said, "Why do you do this to us? The United States has never had a quarrel with the Muslim world of any kind. We weren't in the Crusades. We weren't at war with Spain. Why did you do this to our people and our ships? Why do you plunder and enslave our people?" The ambassador said very plainly, Mr. Abdullah Rahman said, "Because the Quran gives us permission to do so. Because you are infidels." And that's our answer. Jefferson said, "Well, in that case, I will send a navy which will crush your state," which he did. Islamic fundamentalism is not created by American democracy. It's a lie to say so. It's a mischievous lie, and it excuses those who are the real criminals and blames us for the attacks made upon us. Wow. Y'all remember this guy? This comedian? If you don't like dogs, you can go blank yourself. It's for Dutch Barn Vodka. Amazing. All right, apparently Paris Morgan had to jump on the bandwagon. Hold on. He jumps on the bandwagon and calls my buddy here, Congressman Randy Fine, a disgusting prick. I don't like Paris Morgan. I will not watch his show. It depends on who he has on. I will not subscribe to his channel. Look, this is my guy, Congressman Randy Fine. This is the last one, guys, because this is just too good. It's just too good. Paris, what is disgusting is a major New York City Muslim leader saying we must give up our dogs because New York City is becoming Islam. We will not be shamed into being conquered like the Europeans. Burn. Choose my dog. I know my first appearance on your show didn't go well for you, but if you want to try again, I am happy to administer another beating. Boom. Boom. Now, I'd watch that. If he's on Paris Morgan and he gives Paris Morgan a smackdown, that'd be worth watching. That would be worth watching. Well, there you have it. A cute little dog. Don't trend on me. Guys, we got to rise up. We got a lot of work to do. We got to get rid of the pedos. We got to get rid of Islam. We got to get rid of all the illegals. Got to get them out of here. Get them out of here. For Pete's sake. We got to clean up these schools. We got to fire these teachers. We got to get rid of the teachers union. Start praying. Pray that we can get all of this done. And there you go. There you have it. And always remember, the learning never stops. And never, never be